Each morning is a new creation point, a sacred moment when the universe gives you a chance to start again. The instant you awaken, your mind is a bridge between infinite possibility and familiar memory. Most people do not realize that in those first few minutes after waking, they are standing at the threshold of two realities, the old self and the potential self. In that soft space between sleep and full awareness, the subconscious mind is open, impressionable, and ready to receive new commands. What you focus on in that moment begins to determine the energetic blueprint for your day. If you choose to remember who you were yesterday, your worries, your fears, your limitations, you step right back into the same predictable pattern of thought, emotion, behavior. But if you decide to awaken consciously, to direct your energy toward creation rather than repetition, you open the door to a new possibility. Every morning, you are given the gift of neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change and rewire based on intention and experience. During sleep, the brain consolidates memories, releases what is no longer relevant, and prepares to encode new experiences. When you wake, your neural networks are flexible, waiting for your direction. The thoughts you choose, the emotions you generate, the attention you give to your inner world begin to sculpt your brain into the structure that supports your future self. This is why the morning is so powerful. It's when you can literally program your nervous system for transformation. If you fill your first moments with gratitude, elevated emotion, and clear intention, you begin to establish coherence between mind, body, and energy that carries through your entire day. The body also renews while you sleep. Millions of cells are replaced, hormones are balanced, and energy systems reset. When you open your eyes, your body is primed to follow the energy of your consciousness. Most people immediately reach for their phone, absorb the news, or scroll through social media, unconsciously allowing the external world to dictate their state of being. Doing so, they hand their power over to circumstances. To create a new life, you must reverse this habit. The moment you wake up, before your mind remembers the weight of yesterday, breathe deeply and remind yourself, I am a creator. That single declaration begins to change your biochemistry, elevates your awareness, opens your heart, and signals your body to match the energy of that truth. Each morning, you can choose who you want to be. You can decide that you are no longer the person limited by fear, scarcity, or the past. You can align yourself with the identity of your future self, the version of you that already lives in abundance, peace, and purpose. When you mentally rehearse being that person and feel the emotions of that new identity, your brain begins to wire those pathways. The body learns to feel what it's like to be that version of yourself. The more often you practice this, the faster the new neural networks stabilize until your new identity feels natural, familiar, and automatic. Your energy each morning determines what you attract throughout the day. The universe is always responding to the vibration you broadcast, and that vibration is determined by your thoughts and emotions. If you start your day in stress, frustration, or anxiety, you emit a frequency that attracts more experiences matching those emotions. But if you begin your day in gratitude, love, and coherence, your frequency becomes elevated and magnetic. You start to draw on people, opportunities, and synchronicities that resonate with your higher state. This is not philosophy, science. Your heart generates the strongest electromagnetic field in your body when it's coherent, when it vibrates in harmony with elevated emotion. It sends a powerful signal into the quantum field. That signal is what creation responds to. The key is awareness. The instant you wake, become aware of your first thought. Is it connected to the past or the present? Is it fear-based or creative? Awareness interrupts the automatic program and gives you a choice. With that choice, you take back the creative power of your mind. Replace habitual thoughts of worry with conscious declarations of possibility. Replace the emotions of stress with gratitude for the new day. When you do this consistently, your body begins to memorize this elevated state of being. It becomes easier to wake up in joy and expectation instead of doubt and fatigue. You are literally teaching your nervous system to expect miracles instead of problems. The morning is not just the beginning of another day. It is the point of creation where energy and matter meet. Each thought you think, each emotion you generate, each intention you hold sends ripples through the field of infinite possibility. When you wake with intention, gratitude, and awareness, you tune into a higher frequency of existence. You stop being a victim of old programs and start being the author of your reality. Every sunrise invites you to leave behind who you were and step into who you choose to become. Each morning is a cosmic reset, a chance to remember your power, align your energy, and consciously create a life that reflects your highest potential. Your thoughts and emotions broadcast your reality because you are not a static being. You are an energetic field in constant interaction with the universe. Every thought you think and every emotion you feel emits a measurable frequency, vibration that extends beyond your body into the field of infinite intelligence that surrounds all things. This field, which science refers to as the quantum field, is not separate from you. It is responsive to you. It listens to the frequency you broadcast, interprets it as instruction, and mirrors it back through the people, situations, and opportunities that appear in your life. The state of being you maintain each day becomes the signal you continuously transmit into that field. That signal determines the reality you experience. When you wake up and begin your day, you activate your mind and body into motion. Most people unconsciously start the day with the same repetitive thoughts, and those thoughts trigger the same emotions, which in turn reaffirm the same thoughts. This cycle locks them into a predictable frequency of energy, a familiar vibration that keeps recreating the same life experiences. They are unaware that their habitual thoughts and emotions form an electromagnetic signature that broadcasts into the universe, signaling what they believe to be true about themselves and the world. The quantum field doesn't respond to wishes, dreams, or words alone. It responds to the coherence between your thoughts and emotions. When both are aligned, the message you send becomes strong, clear, and magnetic. The brain is the electrical center of this process. Every thought you have generates electrical impulses that form patterns of energy. The heart is the magnetic center, amplifying those thoughts through emotion. When the brain and heart work in harmony, when your thoughts are elevated and your emotions are coherent, you create a powerful electromagnetic field that radiates far beyond your physical body. This field is not a metaphor, it is a measurable phenomenon. When you think one thing but feel another, when your mind desires abundance but your body feels scarcity, the field you generate is incoherent. That incoherence weakens your signal and the universe responds with confusion or delay. But when thought and emotion are in harmony, your signal becomes pure and the field organizes around that vibration, bringing matching experiences into form. Emotions are the language of the body. They determine the vibration you emit most consistently. Every emotion corresponds to a frequency. Fear and guilt are dense and slow, while love and gratitude are expansive and fast. The higher the frequency of your emotion, the more effortlessly you align with elevated experiences. This is why cultivating gratitude, joy, or compassion changes your life so profoundly. When you consciously generate elevated emotions, your energy expands, your body moves into balance, and your field becomes magnetic. The universe begins to respond not to your effort, but to your energy. Awareness is the key to shifting the broadcast of your reality. When you become conscious of your thoughts and emotions, you gain the power to redirect them. If you find yourself repeating the same negative or self-limiting thoughts, pause and observe them without judgment. Recognize that each thought is a choice. Every emotion is feedback. If your energy feels contracted or heavy, it's a signal that your broadcast is out of alignment with the life you desire. In that moment, you can take a deep breath, open your heart, and choose a new frequency. You can think a new thought, one that evokes an elevated emotion, and in doing so, you instantly begin to shift your energy. As you practice this, you'll begin to see that the external world is a mirror reflecting the internal energy you maintain. When you vibrate at the frequency of gratitude, life gives you more to be grateful for. When you feel abundance before it arrives, opportunities that match that state start appearing seemingly out of nowhere. When you radiate love, people who resonate with that energy are drawn to you. This is not coincidence or luck, it is the law of resonance. The universe is an intelligent mirror, and it can only reflect the energy you project into it. To broadcast a new reality, you must learn to feel your desired future before it happens. Visualize the life you want and immerse yourself in the emotion of already having it. Feel the joy of success, the peace of wholeness, the love of connection. When your thoughts hold the image and your heart holds the feeling, you are broadcasting a coherent frequency into the field. The more you maintain that state, the faster your external world will begin to match it. This process is both scientific and spiritual. Neuroscience shows that when you focus on elevated emotions, your brain releases chemicals that reinforce new neural pathways. Energy science shows that coherent emotions create an ordered field that influences matter. Spiritually, This is the essence of creation, the recognition that reality is not happening to you, it is responding to you. Every moment of your day, you are broadcasting who you are through your energy, and the universe is listening. By choosing your thoughts and mastering your emotions, you become the conscious architect of your vibration. Each morning, as you align your mind and heart, you are not just preparing for another day, you are programming the frequency that will shape your experiences. The more coherent your energy, the more effortless creation becomes. Reality is a reflection of your broadcast, and the signal you send today will become the experiences you live tomorrow. You are both the observer and the creator of your life. The moment you become aware of your habitual thoughts and emotions, you reclaim your creative power. Most people live their lives unconsciously, reacting to circumstances, repeating patterns, and believing their feelings are caused by external events. Wake up and immediately remember who they were yesterday, their problems, their doubts, their limitations, and in doing so, consciously recreate the same day over and over again. But when you begin to observe your internal world, when you notice the thoughts you think and the emotions you feel, you create a separation between who you truly are and the automatic programs running your life. That gap is the space of transformation. Awareness is the first step to mastery because what you observe, you can change. The human brain is a record of the past. Every thought, belief, and emotional reaction is a reflection of prior experience. When you think the same thoughts repeatedly, your brain wires itself into fixed patterns. Those patterns become your identity, your sense of self. But that identity is not who you truly are. It is a constructive memory. You are not your thoughts or your emotions. You are the consciousness that experiences them. The moment you realize this truth, you step out of the prison of the past and into the field of infinite potential. As the observer, you detach from the old program. As the creator, you choose a new one. Becoming the observer requires awareness without judgment. You begin to watch your mind like a scientist observing data. You notice the stories you tell yourself, the feelings that arise in certain situations, the impulses that drive your behavior. You don't resist or suppress them. You simply notice them. In that state of awareness, you interrupt the automatic cycle of thought and emotion that keeps your past alive. For instance, if you feel anxiety when thinking about the future, observe it instead of identifying with it. The act of observation alone begins to weaken the emotional charge. You are no longer lost in the emotion, you are aware of it. That awareness is consciousness itself, and consciousness is what transforms energy. As you develop this awareness, you start to realize that every thought you think produces a biochemical response in the body. When you think fearful thoughts, the brain releases stress chemicals like cortisol and adrenaline, conditioning the body to live in survival mode. Over time, the body becomes addicted to those chemicals, craving them even when there is no real threat. This is why change feels uncomfortable. The body has become habituated to the emotions of the past. But when you observe those reactions instead of surrendering to them, you signal to the body that you are no longer a victim of automatic programming. You begin to teach your body what it feels like to be calm in situations that once triggered stress. This is the process of reconditioning the body to a new mind. The creator within you emerges when you use that awareness to make a new choice. Instead of unconsciously repeating the same emotional pattern, you choose a higher response. You decide to think a new thought, one aligned with your desired future rather than your familiar past. This act of conscious creation rewires your brain and recalibrates your energy. The more often you make this choice, the easier it becomes. The neural pathways of the old self weaken while new connections associated with the future self strengthen. Over time, your identity shifts from a reactive being to a conscious creator. When you embody the awareness of the observer and the intention of the creator, you move from living in cause and effect to living as the cause of your effects. Instead of waiting for your environment to change before you feel better, you generate the feelings of change within yourself first. You stop asking for the world to show you evidence of what you want and start being the evidence through your energy. In that elevated state, your external reality naturally begins to mirror your inner transformation. This is how true manifestation works. It begins with the internal shift of consciousness. Observation dissolves illusion, creation builds truth. The more you observe, the more you detach from the false identities created by repetition. The more you create, the more you align with your authentic self, the aspect of you that is unlimited, conscious, and eternally expanding. Every time you observe your own thought without reaction, you expand your awareness. Every time you consciously choose a new thought or emotion, you evolve your energy. Together, observation and creation form the alchemy of transformation. Life stops being something that happens to you and becomes something that happens through you. You begin to recognize that every challenge, every trigger, every emotion is an opportunity to practice awareness and creation. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstance because you understand that the external world is merely a reflection of your internal state. As the observer, you see the reflection clearly. As the creator, you have the power to change it. The moment you step into this dual awareness, the past loses its hold on you. You become fully present, conscious of your power to direct energy, thought, and emotion toward your chosen reality. Each day, each moment, you get to decide, will you react as the old self or will you create as the new one? The more you choose creation over reaction, the more you collapse the old timeline and activate a new one. You begin to live not as a byproduct of memory, but as an expression of infinite potential. In this state, you remember the truth that DR.JOE Dispenza teaches: the observer and the creator are one and the same. When you observe, you awaken. When you create, you evolve. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for transformation because it bridges the gap between what you desire and what you experience. When you feel genuine gratitude for something that has not yet appeared in your life, you are signaling to your brain and body that it already exists. The subconscious mind cannot distinguish between a deeply felt emotion that comes from an actual event and one that is generated through intention and imagination. When you practice gratitude for your future reality as if it has already happened, your body begins to believe the event is real. You start to align your internal state with the frequency of receiving, and that alignment becomes the magnet that draws your desire into manifestation. Most people reserve gratitude for things that have already occurred. They feel thankful when they receive good news, achieve a goal, or experience joy. But this form of gratitude, while beautiful, is reactive. It is based on cause and effect. The external world must first provide a reason for the feeling. When you understand creation at a deeper level, you realize that gratitude can also be causal. It can generate the very reality you wish to experience. By feeling gratitude before anything happens, you invert the formula. You are no longer waiting for something outside of you to make you feel better. Instead, you are producing the emotion of your desired reality within you first, and that emotion becomes the signal that influences the field of potential around you. The human body is an instrument designed to broadcast emotion. Every elevated feeling, love, joy, appreciation, gratitude, expands your electromagnetic field and tunes it to higher frequencies. Gratitude, in particular, creates coherence between the heart and the brain. When the heart opens and vibrates in the energy of appreciation, it sends a strong rhythmic signal to the brain, which then synchronizes its electrical activity. This harmony between heart and brain is what DR.JOE Dispenza refers to as coherence, and it is the optimal state for creation. In coherence, you are no longer divided by stress, fear, or lack. Your energy becomes unified, orderly, and powerful. The universe recognizes that coherence as a clear signal. It begins to organize matter and events in your favor. Gratitude also changes your chemistry. When you practice it sincerely, your body releases dopamine and serotonin, neurotransmitters that create feelings of happiness and well-being. These chemicals not only elevate your mood, but also strengthen your immune system, regulate hormones, promote healing. In this state, your body becomes the living proof of your future reality. You are conditioning it to remember the feeling of abundance, love, or peace even before those experiences appear in your external world. Over time, your body learns to expect that elevated state as normal. When that happens, your subconscious mind no longer seeks validation from the outside world. It already feels whole. The key to unlocking the power of gratitude lies in feeling, not thinking. You cannot simply say, "I am grateful," while still feeling lack or frustration. The emotion must be genuine, heartfelt, and embodied. To cultivate this, imagine your desired future in vivid detail. See yourself already living it, experiencing it, surrounded by the people, places, and opportunities that reflect your dream. Let your heart swell with appreciation as if it were already real. The more deeply you feel it, the stronger your energetic broadcast becomes. You are sending a clear signal to the universe that says, "This is who I am now. This is my new state of being." The universe, which always mirrors your internal vibration, begins to reflect that reality back to you through synchronicities and opportunities. Practicing gratitude daily trains your focus. Instead of noticing what is missing, you start noticing what is present. Your awareness shifts from scarcity to abundance, from problem to possibility. This change in perception alters your entire energy field because your attention determines where your energy flows. The more you focus on what you appreciate, the more energy you give to the vibration of abundance, and the more that vibration expands. Gratitude becomes a cycle of reinforcement. The more thankful you are, the more reasons you attract to be thankful. It is also a deep spiritual truth hidden in gratitude. It collapses time. When you feel grateful for something before it has manifested, you draw the experience from the potential future into your present. In that moment, the future and the now merge in your consciousness. You are no longer projecting desire into some distant tomorrow, you are embodying it right now. The quantum field responds not to time but to frequency. So when your frequency matches that of your desired future, the two realities become one. That is why people often experience miraculous manifestations when they practice gratitude with intensity and sincerity. Match the energy of what they want so completely that the universe has no choice but to bring it into physical form. Gratitude also dissolves resistance. It is impossible to be in a state of true appreciation and simultaneously feel fear, doubt, or anger. When you are grateful, your energy is open, receptive, and trusting. You stop trying to control outcomes and begin to flow with the intelligence of the universe. In that flow, creation becomes effortless. You are no longer forcing or chasing, you are allowing. You recognize that life is already conspiring in your favor, and gratitude becomes the proof of your faith. When you live in gratitude, you move from survival to creation. You stop reacting to life and start collaborating with it. You understand that everything you experience, every breath, every challenge, every gift is part of a divine dance designed to help you grow into higher states of being. Each morning, when you wake and consciously feel gratitude for the life you are creating, you send a powerful message to the field. I am ready. I am open, thankful. And in response, the universe whispers back, here it is. Consistency and coherence are the foundation of true transformation. It is not enough to meditate once, visualize once, or speak affirmations once and expect your life to change. The brain and body are instruments that learn through repetition. They require consistent reinforcement to establish new patterns. Every time you consciously choose elevated thoughts and emotions, you are reprogramming your internal state. Every time you fall back into old habits of fear, doubt, or frustration, you are rehearsing your past. The process of change, therefore, is not about intensity but persistence. The more consistent you are in aligning your mind, body, and energy, the more stable and automatic your new state of being becomes. Coherence is what happens when your thoughts, emotions, actions are all vibrating in harmony with your desired reality, and maintaining that harmony each day is the art of deliberate creation. When you begin the work of self-transformation, your old self resists. The body has been conditioned to live in the familiar emotions of the past, whether that's worry, stress, or unworthiness. Those emotions produce biochemical feedback loops that the body becomes addicted to. When you start practicing gratitude, visualization, or love, your body might initially protest because it no longer feels the chemical rush of the familiar. This is where consistency becomes essential. Each time you choose to return to coherence, to breathe deeply, to feel elevated emotion, to remember who you are becoming, you weaken the old neural pathways and strengthen the new ones. The repetition of new states of being teaches the body that it is safe to live in unfamiliar emotions of joy, abundance, or peace. Eventually, the new becomes the familiar. Change stabilizes into being. Coherence is the natural byproduct of consistency. When your thoughts align with your intentions and your emotions match your vision, your heart and brain begin to synchronize. The heart sends a rhythmic, ordered signal to the brain, which then organizes neural activity into harmony. This physiological alignment creates a powerful electromagnetic field that expands beyond your body, influencing the quantum field around you. In that state, your energy is unified, your signal is clear, and your ability to create becomes amplified. Coherence is not achieved through effort, but through repeated alignment. Every time you meditate, visualize, or practice gratitude, you are training your nervous system to hold that frequency longer. The more coherent your energy becomes, the more your external reality reorganizes itself to match your inner order. Daily practice is the path to mastery. You don't have to dedicate hours each day. You simply need to be deliberate. A few minutes of genuine presence each morning where you align with your desired state can change the trajectory of your entire day. Those moments, you set the frequency that your body and the universe will follow. The key is to do it every day, even when you don't feel like it. Transformation is built in those moments of resistance, because that's when you are training your mind to lead and your body to follow. Every act of consistency is a declaration of your new identity. You are showing the universe that you are serious about your evolution. The more consistent you are, the more predictable your energy becomes, and the more predictable your energy, the faster your environment reflects your new vibration. The universe responds to order, not chaos. If your emotions fluctuate wildly from one day to the next, grateful one morning, fearful the next, you are sending mixed signals into the field. But when your vibration remains stable, the universe recognizes that consistency as coherence and begins to bring experiences that match it. This is why patience is a spiritual discipline. You must be willing to sustain the frequency of your desired future long enough for matter to reorganize around your energy. Over time, consistency becomes less about effort and more about embodiment. You no longer have to remind yourself to meditate, to feel gratitude, or to focus your energy. Becomes second nature. The body memorizes the elevated state of being, and the nervous system learns to maintain coherence even in challenging situations. When life tests you, you remain calm, open, and centered because coherence has become your baseline. This is the moment when transformation becomes permanent. You have rewired your brain, reconditioned your body, and realigned your energy to match your vision. The secret is understanding that the universe rewards consistency with momentum. Each day you show up in coherence, your field becomes stronger, your focus sharper, your signal clearer. You begin to attract synchronicities effortlessly because you are living as the energetic match to your desired reality. Your practice stops being a chore and becomes an expression of joy. You are no longer trying to create. You are allowing creation to unfold through you. External changes may appear gradual at first, but beneath the surface, the energetic reorganization is immense. Then one day the evidence arrives, an opportunity, person, a breakthrough, and you realize that your daily alignment has been building this all along. Consistency and coherence turn possibility into inevitability. The more often you align your mind and body, the less separation there is between you and your vision. You no longer visit the state of your future self during meditation. You live there. You wake each day in gratitude, not because something happened, but because you are tuned to the energy of creation itself. That consistency creates coherence. Coherence creates miracles. The process is simple but profound. Show up, align, feel, and repeat. Over time, the repetition of coherence becomes your natural rhythm. In that rhythm, the universe begins to dance with you. The universe responds to who you are, not what you want. Most people believe that manifestation is about desiring something and waiting for it to appear, but desire alone does not create change. The energy of wanting often implies lack, and lack communicates to the universe that you do not yet have what you seek. The universe reads vibration, not words. It doesn't respond to your verbal wishes or your mental lists of goals. It responds to the emotional frequency you radiate. When your energy is aligned with your desired reality, when your thoughts, emotions, and actions reflect the feeling of already having what you seek, creation becomes effortless. You stop chasing outcomes and start attracting experiences that match who you have become. This is why self-awareness is essential. Every thought you think and every emotion you feel sends a signal into the field. If you think about abundance but feel scarcity, your energy is incoherent. The universe receives a mixed message. If you visualize love but carry resentment, your vibration contradicts your intention. The key to manifestation is coherence, the alignment between what you think, what you feel, and how you act. When all three are unified, your energy becomes powerful, clear, magnetic. You are no longer asking for something to happen. You are embodying the frequency of it already existing. That is when the universe begins to mirror your internal state in the external world. Being the person who already has what you desire requires a shift in identity. You must move beyond the version of yourself that is waiting for change and become the version that is already living it. The moment you decide to embody your future self, you begin to collapse the distance between the present and the future. The quantum field operates on frequency, not time. When your energy matches the frequency of your desired reality, the two realities merge. You start to experience synchronicities, opportunities, relationships that reflect that new vibration because the universe always delivers a perfect energetic match. Embodying this state is not about pretending or forcing. It's about cultivating genuine emotion and belief. For example, if you want to manifest health, you must begin to feel and act like a healthy person now. You breathe deeply, move with vitality, think thoughts of wholeness, and feel gratitude for your body's strength even before it fully manifests. If you want abundance, you cultivate the feeling of generosity and gratitude as if you already have enough. You think thoughts of expansion and opportunity. Your body feels the freedom of abundance long before the material evidence appears. This emotional rehearsal signals to your subconscious mind and the field around you that your desired reality is already in motion. The universe doesn't respond to struggle, it responds to energy that is clear, elevated, and coherent. Many people unknowingly block their manifestations by focusing on the absence of what they desire. They worry, doubt, and question when or how it will happen. These emotions of uncertainty emit a signal of resistance. The moment you release the need to control outcomes and instead focus on maintaining the energy of your desired state, your vibration becomes pure again. Creation happens not through force, but through allowing. You trust that what you have broadcast into the field must return to you in perfect timing and form. Your energy is your message to the universe. Every day, through your emotions, intentions, and behaviors, you are telling the field who you are. If your state of being is rooted in fear, anger, or lack, the universe reflects experiences that confirm those emotions. If your state is grounded in love, joy, and trust, you attract experiences that mirror that energy. This is why transformation must happen from the inside out. When you change your internal state, your external reality cannot help but reorganize to reflect it. You become the magnet, and everything that resonates with your vibration finds its way to you. To maintain this alignment, you must live consciously. Every moment is an opportunity to choose who you are being. When challenges arise, instead of reacting from old emotions, pause and ask yourself, who am I being right now? If the answer is fear, worry, or doubt, shift your state. Breathe, center yourself, and reconnect with the energy of your desired future. Feel gratitude, confidence, and peace even when external evidence has not yet caught up. The more consistently you embody this state, the faster the universe aligns with your vibration. Eventually, you reach a point where you no longer think about manifestation as a process. It becomes your natural way of being. You don't wait for good things to happen. You live as if they are already unfolding. You don't seek validation from results. You trust the flow of your energy. The universe becomes a mirror reflecting your coherence, and life starts to move in harmony with your intentions. You experience moments of synchronicity that confirm your alignment. People, ideas, and opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere, yet you recognize they are simply the natural outcome of your energy. When your internal state consistently matches the frequency of your desires, the need to want disappears. You no longer chase the future because you are living it in the present. You feel whole, abundant, and complete now, and from that state, creation becomes instantaneous. The universe is not separate from you. It is responding to the vibration you continually emit. When you embody the truth that you already are what you desire, when your being radiates that certainty, the universe has no choice but to align itself accordingly. Manifestation is not about wishing, it's about being. The universe is listening to your energy every moment, and when your vibration becomes a declaration of truth rather than a plea for change, everything you seek naturally finds its way to you.